Oh, so the women-only episode was a complete waste of time, huh? All that goodwill we built up last week? Gone. Apparently, no one learned a single thing. Hope is still running to a man to fix her issues instead of, actually trying to build her own life. Brooke, still obsessing over Ridge like there's no tomorrow. And Hope, she went and wrecked her relationship because she couldn't stand hearing her mom's advice and doing a little self-reflection. It's like we've hit the reset button. Nothing's changed, except now Katie is somehow too good for these two, who can't seem to figure it out. As for Hope turning to her dad instead of her mom, let's not pretend that's the same thing as looking to a man to fix her life. It's called being a daughter seeking comfort from her dad, who, by the way, was a late-blooming good dad. Let him have his dad moment. But yeah, whether it's romantic or paternal, the problem is the same. Hope always turns to a man for solutions, completely ignoring her mom's advice on how to avoid these messes in the first place. And let's not forget that the so-called good dad chose Sheila over Hope. A truly good dad would have sat her down after 3 disastrous breakups and said, "Sweetheart, you need to figure yourself out. Let's put Brooke with a new guy." Watch Ridge squirm, hot and bothered, as he realizes his precious Logan is moving on, even though he was the one who chose to stay with Taylor. Now, he'll have to sit back and watch Brooke with someone else, just the kind of torture he deserves. Of course, once that jealousy kicks in, Ridge will suddenly decide he wants her back. But wouldn't it be delicious if the tables were turned and Brooke told him she's choosing someone else over him? I'd pay good money to see that. And let's be clear, Brooke really falls for this new guy, so much so that she doesn't have time for Ridge. Let him cry and wallow in his angst. It'll be a nice change of pace. Frankly, Brooke's needed an upgrade for ages. She's been driving that old, reliable Volkswagen Rabbit long enough. It's time she takes a spin in something sleek, an Italian model, perhaps. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, you get the idea. After that slap she gave Ridge, I thought, okay, here's her moment to move on. But then I remembered what show I'm watching and braced myself for her to fall back into Ridge's arms faster than a soap opera fan can blink. I'm just so over that tired, repetitive storyline. It's time to scrap it entirely and give Brooke a fresh, empowering plotline. Right now, I can barely stomach her character. It's just plain gross. Give her something positive to do, something without the whole misogynistic mess. The age-old question of how to watch the bold and the beautiful when you're not in the US or Canada. Honestly, it's like a treasure hunt, and the treasure is usually buried under a mountain of geo-restrictions. So here's the deal. If you're living in places like the Netherlands or anywhere outside the US, good luck finding the latest episodes just hanging around on the websites you normally visit. Most of them either don't have the latest episodes or slap a big "sorry, this is US only" sign on your face. The struggle is real. But hey, you could always try using a VPN. I mean, who doesn't love pretending to be in the US for the sake of soap operas? Although be warned, the show is a week and a half behind on RTL4 in Europe. So if you're one of those people who wants to avoid spoilers at all costs, you're still not too far off. Now, if you're in Germany, life gets a little easier. IPT to the rescue. The Young and the Restless airs at 6:30 p.m. CET, and The Bold and the Beautiful follows at 7:30 p.m. CET. Talk about a full evening of drama. And hey, if you're one of those longtime fans who started watching back in 1989, with a few interruptions, of course, streaming is your golden ticket to keeping up. Oh, the drama. So here's what I think is about to unfold. Liam, being in some kind of life-threatening crisis, will suddenly need something crucial, like blood. They'll do a quick check on Luna, and voila, plot twist. It'll turn out that Bill is her father, not Finn, and Luna will heroically donate blood, or some other organ, to save Liam's life. Who saw that coming? She'll be the one to save the day, and shocker, she's not Finn's kid after all. A total hero move. Now Steffi shouting he's a positive at the doctors? Yeah, that's definitely foreshadowing something big coming out. Plus, Kelly just won't stop talking about her dad, which tells me we're about to get some truth bombs dropped. Expect Steffi to spiral again, and guess what? Europe's probably her next stop to explain why she's MIA with her pregnancy. Let's not forget Finn, who apparently took his paternity tests with his coronavirus tests, because, why not? Maybe that's how they'll reveal Kelly's not even his kid after all, making that daddy-daughter moment a little too much. Or maybe they'll pull a classic amnesia stunt on Finn, so he forgets his daughters altogether. Hope's been singing his praises as a great dad to the girls, so maybe he'll end up with no memory of them. You know, the usual soap opera chaos. I'm also curious which woman he'll wake up thinking he's married to. Could be anyone, but let's be real, Kelly for Bill. What's the deal with that? Minors can't donate blood, so why even bring it up? Plus, Steffi's paternity test, untampered, legit, and the only reason Liam found it was because it was hanging out of her purse like an embarrassing secret. As for Hayes? Well, that test, run by a shady drug dealer who, apparently, no one questioned. Classic. If I were hired to write for the show, here's what I'd give the audience. First up, Steffi tries to frame Luna, but surprise, surprise, she ends up in prison. Let's just say she's not handling it well. With zero control over her life for the first time, she's clearly losing her grip. When she gets in a guard's face, it doesn't go too well. One thing leads to another, and she's shoved into solitary confinement, where, surprise again, someone takes care of her permanently. Meanwhile, Finn is on the phone asking, "Is it done?" The response? "Yeah, Steffi's dead." And Finn? He's all smiles, saying, "That bitch doesn't rule this roost anymore." Sheila and Luna, upon hearing the news, share a laugh straight out of a villain origin story. Next, Ridge gets a drink spiked with something that leaves him, well, chemically castrated. Suddenly, he's not the hot commodity he once was. Taylor can't handle the loss of both her daughter and Ridge's, manhood, so she hightails it out of town permanently. Brooke, she's so over him, she doesn't even look at him. Enter a new man into her life. Sparks fly. As she's falling into bed with him, she grins and says, "Ridge who?" Meanwhile, Hope, in true power move fashion, launches her own company. It's such a hit that it completely obliterates Forrester Creations, forcing them into bankruptcy. Guess what? The Forresters are now learning what it's like to live like regular people. Hope catches wind of Steffi's demise, and just can't resist saying, "Ding dong, the witch is dead." Enter Wyatt. Back in town, he and Liam are digging into Bill's recent shady behavior. While reminiscing about their past with Hope, they spot a wedding photo on Bill's desk. And who's the lucky guy? Hope's new rich, successful, and Steffi-free husband, played by Tom Pelphrey, of course. In a twisted plot twist, Taylor is actually dead. Who we're dealing with now is some psycho impersonating her. A whole new level of family drama, right? Then, Douglas gets kidnapped, and recast Thomas is back to help. Turns out, Zoe is behind it all. But don't worry, Douglas eventually reunites with his family. Oh, and Bill and Hope? They hook up, and now Hope's calling the shots at Spencer. She's got a little girl to show for it too. On the side, Carter and Ridge have a drunken night together. And surprise, surprise, they struggle to keep their secret from getting out. Last but not least, Luna swoops in and grabs Liam's attention, dragging him into her whirlwind of toxic relationships. He's soon addicted to her chaos. It's a hot mess of drama, betrayal, and power struggles, all the ingredients for a juicy season. Oh, Steffi, always the loyal warrior. Liam, I'll be here fighting with you all the way, she declares, ready to stand by his side, right up until the moment he dies. Classic soap opera timing. Now I get it. Budgets are tight. We can't have a whole new ER set, So naturally, we're sticking with the trusty standard hospital room with minimal staff look. But seriously, what was that? I swear, the brain injury moment was like a bad sketch comedy routine. Steffi's over there, rubbing Liam's belly like it's a magic wand, hoping to fix him. Feel better now. Good Lord, the acting. And then, oh, the drama. I won't even bother calling your father, or his ex-wife, or the child you share between the two of them. It's almost as if they ran out of time for, realistic communication. But don't worry, Steffi will definitely have that heart-to-heart with Liam's unconscious post-brain surgery body. She'll spill her guts about how much she loves him, like more than every star in the sky, more than every raindrop, more than anything that isn't Liam. She'll go on and on about every kiss and touch being burned into her memory, as if we didn't already know she has a very vivid archive of their history. Meanwhile, Finn's in the doorway, lurking like the supportive husband he is. Oh, and let's not forget the delicious irony. Steffi, who is constantly on Hope's case for the whole drunken kiss thing, and being in love with Carter, might just be the biggest hypocrite in the room. Remember Italy, anyone? Steffi spent the night with Liam on Hope's wedding day. But no, let's just pretend that never happened, because why bother holding Steffi accountable for anything? She can cheat, kiss Liam behind Finn's back, and still get a pass. Why bring that up when we can just focus on Hope's every misstep? Clothes shopping. Okay, serious question. Where exactly do they buy the outfits for these characters? It's like someone raided Ross Dress for less in a thrift store all in one go. Does anyone have the inside scoop? I mean, ever since they lost that genius stylist to Beyond the Gates last fall, the fashion choices have gone way downhill. It's painfully obvious. Spoiler alert. Brace yourselves. Back in January 2022, Creech waltzed into the bold and the beautiful as Dr. Grace Buckingham. Her big debut involved getting deeply involved in the life of her daughter, Paris, which mostly meant swooping in when Paris made questionable life decisions, like dumping Zen to be with Carter, who, by the way, later dumped her at the altar. Classic soap drama, right? After that fiasco ended in July, Grace has made a few appearances, popping up whenever someone needs medical help, particularly if their heart is on the line. The last time we saw Dr. Buckingham was in October 2024, when Taylor paid her a visit for a second opinion after being diagnosed with heart failure. Grace, ever the professional, calmly told her that she had broken heart syndrome. Yes, it sounds made up, but believe it or not, it's a real condition. Who knew? Now, considering that Grace is a cardiologist, it's safe to assume that Liam's mysterious condition is probably heart-related. Maybe, just maybe, Dr. Buckingham can work her magic and get him back on track, assuming, of course, he doesn't have some wild amnesia plotline. But please, soap gods, hear my desperate prayers. Let it be a heart condition and not another case of who am I. That way, we can finally see Dope and Stuffy scrambling to his side to remind him he's the king of waffles to both women. And hey, maybe Ivy can swoop in and jog his memory since, she's not one of his ex-wives. Deacon versus Carter. So next week we get the thrilling showdown between Carter and Deacon. Both of them are in prime shape, and hey, Deacon's got those martial arts skills on his side. Who's going to take this one? Honestly, can we just skip to the part where Deacon knocks Ridge around instead? Someone really needs to shut him up, and it might as well be Deacon. But seriously, this is probably the best thing the show's done in ages. The drama, the tension, the suspense, totally worth tuning in for. Though I can't help but think it would have been way better if Deacon had karate-chopped Thomas while he was still in the picture. Missed opportunity, really.